Happy book launch day today. What an amazing
Thank
day. I'm so
you.
excited I get to be here with you for this special day.
I so appreciate it. And I was actually just about to share a story. So I'm going to tell you, Kelly, because this is like very, very special to me.
Oh,
I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Okay. I was talking to my husband, and every time I have something special in my life happen, my mom would always get me a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And I was like, it was like our celebration, right? Not my celebration. Like when something special happened, it was our celebration. And I was saying how much I missed having the flowers from my mom today. And then
oh, stop.
from Kelly and team,
Oh my God, you're going to make me cry.
I'm so grateful. So thank you.
Oh, and they're so beautiful. Good. I'm so
They're so
glad. Okay,
beautiful.
good. I'm so happy. Well, see, and that was just like a download because, I knew it was a special day and I just wanted to acknowledge you for this amazing work and just how you're helping women and the change that you're creating in the world and how many women are going to actually like have the confidence to live their life on their terms because of the work that you do and because of just how incredible this book that you've created is.
Thank you so much. And I am just so overwhelmed by all the support today. So many people are getting behind this movement, and I'm just so excited.
It's incredible. Well, why don't you share a little bit, Leah? Just like let's talk to everybody for a second about the big why for you behind intentional money.
Absolutely. So, I've been in financial services for almost 20 years now. And one of the things that I have seen over the years, over and over and over, is these smart, capable women who just are not getting ahead financially because they're stuck. And I don't feel like traditional financial services really addresses the reasons that are keeping them stuck. And so this book is really about let's let go of the shame. Let's let
Yeah.
go of the judgment. Let's just be authentic. Let's be honest, right? We don't need all the pressure.
Yeah.
And when we really get true to ourselves, get quiet, figure out what matters, financial planning becomes very easy.
Yeah, no, it's so important, Leah, because going back to your first point, I think a lot of the financial industry has actually reinforced the problem because they almost operate like this wizard behind a curtain. And so women don't feel confident with money because they don't even know like what their financial planner is doing. It's like we're told, like, I know the first thing I was told when I got a corporate job was like, oh, get a 401k and like, get your money, get going with these people and do all these things. But like we were never taught financial literacy and like
Right.
how to steward our money and how to make a plan. And so I think what you're doing and the way you're doing it is so important because you're both people's advocate and champion of like helping guide them through the process with your firm. But like with the book and with the sisterhood and all the work that you're doing, you're saying like, listen, you don't need like a magician behind a curtain. Like actually you want to show women and empower people to know like they can manage their money effectively. What do you think, Leah, are some of the biggest kind of like myths or like misconceptions that women have about their money that keep them from financial freedom?
The big one, Kelly, that I hear all the time is that women are bad with money. No, no, there is zero truth to that. And I want to debunk that myth every day of the week.
Yeah.
The reality is that research actually shows that women are better investors than men because they're willing to stick to a strategy. They're willing to take a strategy, stick to it, implement it, and
Mm.
not just switch, on a dime when the market gets tough. And so in reality, women are fantastic money managers. It's about empowering you to feel confident in making the decisions you have to make.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. Yeah. And I think one of the things that you do better and different than pretty much everyone out there in the financial space is like, especially with the work that you're doing with the sisterhood, which if there's anyone here that's not a part of the sisterhood, comment sisterhood down below this. And maybe Leah will do something special for you when you like get the book and combine it with the sisterhood. But you just call it out. You're like, ladies, like it's time for us to let go of the shame, the blame, beating ourselves up for things that, listen, I know homeschooling Madison, like my top priority is teaching her financial literacy. And, it's stuff that we never learned.
Yeah.
So for all the ladies that are watching this, for all the ladies that go get their copy of Intentional Wealth today, like, I think you, Leah, more than anyone, you like strip away all those things that keep women from becoming good at money because they're like beating themselves up about decisions that they made when they had zero education on what to do with money. And now we're like, oh, I would have not made that decision or I would have done things differently. And you're like, yeah, and it's not your fault because you
Right.
never learned. But what you've done with this book is you have created the playbook. You have literally laid out for women how they can be financially free and how they can release the shame and the blame and all the things from the past and build a bridge to the future. So Leah, can you give a little bit of like a framework of the sequence that you take us through in the book and just how you're leading the women down this like path of empowerment as they journey through the book?
Absolutely. So the book is built on the intentional money method framework, which is 6 pillars. It starts with clarity. We got to get clear about where we are and what we want, not the noise, not what your neighbor wants, not what your mom wants, not what your kids want, not what your kids want. What do you want, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's really get clear. Then we talk about values. That's the filter that we're making our decisions through.
Yeah.
What really matters, right? And then we talk about mindset, all those messages that we've come up with throughout our lives and experiences dealing with money. And then we really get into the goal, which is strategy, action, and support. But that is where we can actually make huge progress because we've done the other work,
Yeah.
right? Absolutely, you can get a strategy from a financial planner out there, but will you implement
Yeah.
it successfully? That's the question, right? And that's the question that we're really addressing to get in front of some of the emotional things that really hold us back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what's so important too about the where you start with the vision and the goals and then the values is that so many people, and it's funny because I'm literally listening to you talk, Lee, and I'm like, it's literally the exact same thing with building a business. And this is why people get themselves into trouble because they start with a goal, but they skipped over the what are your values, what is the life that you want, what is the business that actually is right for you. And I think that's what's so special about your approach, where you're so focused and your team is so focused on building relationships with your clients because you're helping each of your clients develop a different plan based on their vision and their life. Most people talk to their financial planner like once a year, twice a year, or they just get sent a report like here's what's going on. They're all in the same plan. Like there's no customization. There's no like, hey, your situation is different because you're caring for an aging parent, or you have a trust, or you have 5 children, and you want this to happen differently for each of them. And I think that's so important. And what would you say, Leah, to a woman that is watching this live stream today that is maybe like in her mid 40s up through maybe 50s or even in her 60s, and she's like, it's too late for me? Maybe she thinks it's too late for her. What would you say? And maybe you could talk a little bit about like some of the experiences that you've had with clients of yours that have been really like fulfilling for you when you've shown women what happens when they get the right plan around money.
Absolutely. And I think this is what's so powerful about empowering women. Women can do amazing things with women, with money, with wealth. We've seen women come into our practice and start their own businesses in their 50s, in their 60s, start nonprofit
Yeah.
organizations. The impact that we witness is so beautiful. So for anybody who's of that age group, I'm going to say we are just getting started, ladies.
We are just getting started. That's
Just getting
right.
started. And we are coming from a place of experience, from
Yeah.
knowing ourselves, from knowing what's important, from seeing so much happen in our lifetimes. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Like, we have witnessed so much change and transition, and we can allow that to be empowering and really shaping what the future holds.
Yeah, yeah, it's so good and it's so important. And like for all the ladies watching, like if you've never worked with someone like Leah that like really is so deeply invested in her client's journey and the lifetime of the relationship, like you've probably never experienced someone that like put their arm around you and said like, hey, like it doesn't matter what was, it matters like where are we going from here and how do we build forward. I think you just open up so many possibilities for women. Let's really quick before we keep going, Leah, where can people go to get the book?
It's on Amazon and it's free for the first 5 days. So go
Oh my
grab
God.
it right now.
Yes, or you can grab a hardcover, which I did because I was like, I know I'm going to be going through this thing more than once. I was like, I'm not grabbing a paperback. I am grabbing a hardcover because I'm going to be like marking that thing up. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to pass it on to my daughter. I'm going to inscribe that thing. So yes, for 5 days you can get an ebook for free, but take advantage of this because ladies, if there's one thing that we can do for the next generation, whether it's your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter, your great granddaughter, is empowering her around money and helping her to know, one, that wealth and power in the right hands changes the world, right, Leah? Wealth and power in the right hands changes the world. And that anyone can learn this. And that's something I would love for you to speak to a little bit, Leah, because I think a lot of women have heard things maybe around the dinner table or maybe out with their girlfriends or whatever the case. Oh, I'm just not good with money.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just not good with money. Or, oh, I'm not comfortable with numbers. I don't know numbers. I'm not good with numbers. So Leah, really talk to the ladies today that maybe have at some point in their life said something like that. Help them to understand why this is their moment and why they can be great with money.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background. So my background is as a teacher. I taught third grade in Baltimore City Public Schools. Now I did get burnt out in the classroom and ultimately I was drowning in student loan debt and decided to take a temp job. And that temp job was for an investment bank. And when I walked into that investment bank, Kelly, I didn't know what anybody was talking about. It was like a foreign language around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I share that story because so many of us have that experience of just being a fish out of water, even with our own finances, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had wonderful mentors who supported me. I read as much as I could get my hands on, and I sat and taught myself finance. That's how I became successful in equity research. I didn't go to an MBA program. I didn't have a finance degree. I was up against people who were from Penn and from Wharton and from all these big name schools. You can do it too. You can
Yeah.
absolutely, if you decide it's something you want to do, you can learn it. And there are wonderful mentors like myself who are happy to support you in that endeavor.
Absolutely. And if there's anyone watching that didn't grab their copy of the book, just come and book. Just come and book on the chat because I know Leah's going to want to connect with you afterwards. And I say that because obviously you can go on Amazon and grab your copy right now, which you should do. But also come and book because Leah's the kind of person that like she's going to want to connect with you. She wants to hear your money story. She wants to know what your goals are. She wants to know how she can support you. Obviously, for all of the creators like Leah and myself that came over to Substack, we came over to Substack because we actually want to talk to people. We want to build relationships. We want to get to know your story and your journey and your vision and your goals. So drop the word book on this chat if you're here with us today and make sure you head over to Amazon to get it. Intentional Wealth. Yeah, Leah? Yeah?
Intentional Money on Amazon.
Intentional Money.
Kelly, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I'm asking everybody, what does intentional wealth mean to you?
Intentional wealth means that I learn how to get my money, making enough money that I can focus my most precious asset, which is my time, on the people and the things that I love, which are my daughter, my husband, my clients, my faith, my fitness, the work that I love. So for me, it's learning how to embrace a money strategy that goes from 100% active income where we have to show up and work and spend our time to income that makes us income so that we get to take back that one thing that is unrepeatable and irreplaceable. And I know you help everyone do that, Leah. And that's why I'm so passionate about your work, because if there's one thing I know about every woman that's watching this live stream right now, I know you ladies worked so hard. I know you worked so hard. I know that you have fought and sacrificed for every dollar you've ever made. But if you are watching this live stream today and you've never had an intentional money strategy, and you've never had an intentional money mentor like Leah to help you cross the bridge from scraping and clawing and sacrificing and spending your time to make money to the other side, which is money that makes you money, comment book. Don't just grab your book, Intentional Money, on Amazon, but comment books so that Leah can connect with you, so that you can actually like have a conversation with her or someone on our team to really learn like everything that she's doing and how she can help you. I know that's what it means for me. What's it mean for you, Leah? You're the author of Intentional Money. What does it mean for you?
It's about freedom. It's about freedom to really focus on what matters to me, right? And that's my health and my family first and foremost.
Yeah. I'm with you, girl. We're sisters from another mister. Like that's why we work so well together. I love it so much. What would you say, Leah? This is a really important question. What would you say to all the ladies that are here today that went through like a detrimental life event? So maybe they went through a divorce. Maybe they went through a business bankruptcy. Maybe they went through a health crisis that then they had to divert all of their savings to that. What would you say to that woman, Leah, that like is watching this today and is like, I would give anything to feel money freedom, but they feel like they're so behind right now, or they feel like they're completely starting over? What would your message to them be today?
I'm so glad you asked this question, because there is so much shame for so many people out there that are just sitting in this darkness around money. And I just want to encourage you to bring it to the light. Have conversations. Talk about it. Look at the book. The book's going to give you permission to rewrite some of the stories that you have in your mind and really take you through the steps of how to do that. But at the end of the day, I don't care what has happened in the past. This is about really being present and making intentional decisions moving forward.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And I think that is like such an important part of the work that you do, Leah, is like giving people hope to know that like it doesn't matter where you're starting from. Like when they learn the intentional money method that you teach, you just start from where you are with what you've got. It's not too late. You're not behind. You start from where you are with what you've got. And you give these pillars in the book and you give these stepping stones where anyone can make this work for them. And it's just like anything else. It's just knowing and deciding that like you're ready for your intentional money era. Is there anyone here watching this live stream today that's like, yes, I'm ready for my intentional money era? Comment yes in the chat if you know that you're ready for this new season of your life, which I know you all are. That's why you're here live with Leah and I today. And also, I just want to say one thing really quickly, because I see more people are joining us for live. If you just joined us, we are celebrating Leah Hadley's book launch today, Intentional Money. She is putting the power in the people's hands. So if you have ever felt shame, blame, loss, overwhelm around money, and you want a new lease, you are like, I want today to be the first day of this new era of my life, and you want to understand, no matter where you're starting, whether you went through a loss, you went through a divorce, you went through a bankruptcy, you had a business failure, you had a health crisis, you're starting from zero, you have $0 in the bank right now. Learning to master your money will not just impact you for the rest of your life. We are talking about multi-generational impact. And I know, like, when I ordered my copy of the book this morning, Leah, like literally the first thing that went, well, that's a lie. There were two things that went through my head at the same time. The first thing that went through my head was, I'm getting a hardcover and I'm going to write notes to Madison. And like, I know that I'm going to be so excited to like take everything in this book and pass it on to her. And then the other thought that went through my head was, I'm going to get copies for everyone in Legacy Leaders because I want them to do the same thing. Like, this is something that we can control. There's certain things in life we can't control. We can't control if we get an illness. We can't control if there's a car accident. We can't control if we lose someone that we love. But learning money, becoming empowered around money, like this is something we can control. And Leah, you're making it so easy for us for $20 or $30 or even free if you want to go get the ebook. This is the Amazon week. You can go get the ebook for free. You are making it so easy for us to have a roadmap to financial success. So Leah, what do you think are the biggest roadblocks that stand in the way of women taking control of their money and like really embodying the intentional money method?
So one of the things that you said before was, I'm just not good with numbers. Some people say I'm just not good with numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of people who say I'm just not good with numbers are thinking to themselves, I'm not going to pick up a book that's talking about money. That's not something I want to read about.
Yeah.
I want to really invite you to just open the book because it truly is like a hug. It really is an embrace
Yeah.
and a space of just love
Yeah.
and non-judgment. And I think it will really invite people into the conversation who have been consistently for so long saying, I'm bad with money, I'm not good with numbers, whatever that messaging is. That's so common. So many women are saying this to themselves. And this isn't that. This isn't starting with spreadsheets. This is starting with what matters to you, what's important to you, and we're going to build everything off of that.
I love it so much. And, I just want to address one thing for everyone here. Like, you all grew up with Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman. It's not shocking that you don't want to read a book about money or you aren't excited about numbers, right? You have not had a positive role model that was like, let's build something together. Like, let's make money fun. Like, let's learn this thing together. Let's go through trial and error. Let's figure out what works. Like, you don't have to have shame or blame or guilt about decisions that you made when you didn't know, right? So I think the thing that the people need is you, Leah. The people need you because they haven't had a prominent figure that has come forward with the message that you're coming forward with, which we all know that, like, people don't need more shame and guilt around money. People need a strategy. Right. They need a strategy, they need a roadmap, and they need a vision. And I think, like, part of the pillars of what you do, and you do this so well, and it's not just with the book, you do it with the sisterhood as well, is that you are helping people to create a vision for their future. You're helping them to get clear on what are they moving towards, not what are they running away from, not what was the past, but what are they moving towards. And that's the biggest message, like, I would share with everyone today, and why you should go grab your copy of Intentional Money now, is like, get in the mode of building something for your future. If you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you can still create generation shifting decisions starting now. And I think we are the people, and it's the people of our generation that are going to get to kind of usher in this new money era with the help of people like you, Leah.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I so appreciate you bringing that to light and just really acknowledging there have been some very loud voices shaming people for a long time.
Yeah.
And we're ready to end that.
We're ready for something new. It's a new era, right? So if you're loving this conversation, comment book down below this video, because we are celebrating the launch of Intentional Money today. Leah so generously has made the ebook free for 5 days. So you can literally grab the ebook for free right now. Okay. So everybody can go do that on Amazon as we speak. But if you're anything like me, you probably want to grab, like, at least a soft cover, maybe a hardcover, because this is going to be one that you're going to want to fill out and make notes in and hopefully pass on to the next generation as well. But Leah, what message would you want to share with everyone as we kind of like pull the conversation together today, about why you wrote this book and how this is going to help them step into their next era of what's possible in their life?
I just really want to encourage everybody to think about the question that Kelly and I both answered. And that is, what does intentional wealth look like to you? Not what it looks like to me, not what it looks like to Kelly or your neighbor or your best friend or anybody else. Get quiet, take some time, and think about what you really want for your life. And you will be amazed at the doors that open up the clearer you get around what you want.
I love it so much. I love it so much. It was such an honor to get to be live with you on the launch day of your book, Leah. And I know how important this work is in the world. And I know homeschooling my daughter, it's like my number one priority, because it's what we didn't get, but it's what we can give. And that's what I would say to every woman watching this live stream today. Maybe no one gave it to you, but it's something you can give, and you can give it to yourself by starting with Leah's book today. And then the other thing I'll just say before we wrap up today for everyone is, it doesn't have to stop with the book. Leah runs this amazing, amazing community called the Sisterhood that is all about helping you not just like learn and study the information in the book, but actually move through a community of women that are actually like embracing their new era with money and building really cool things together and overcoming these hurdles and learning to problem solve and making empowered decisions and making new money choices. So comment book down below the stream if you haven't already, if you want to, find out more about what Leah does. But Leah, I just want to say it was my honor to get to be here live with you today on launch day. And I'm so excited and so proud of the work that you're doing in the world.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I truly, truly cannot thank you enough for your support. I'm very grateful.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone so much for being here live with us today. It's always fun to be here in the Substack world. Hope you all have a great afternoon. Leah, thanks for your time. Bye, everybody.